What's up YouTube, I'm Mike, and today I'm back with a new video. I have been testing thus far today the YouTube monetization system, and it has allowed every single one of my videos to pass through. So I've independently tested language, steroid pharmacology information. I recorded a little bit longer video, and so far everything's getting through. So the next logical test is to shoot normal content, which is what I'm doing today. Today we're going to be talking about my latest MENT update. Obviously there's a lot going on other than MENT, but MENT seems to be the standout in this current cycle. It seems to be by far the most psychoactive thing that I am currently taking. To be fair, let me give you the rundown of what I'm currently on, and then we'll break down how I've been feeling since I started addressing the high estrogen level. So currently, I'm taking 400 milligrams of Primo E per week, 500 milligrams of testosterone C per week, 400 milligrams of Masteron E per week, 300 milligrams of Nandrolone decanoate per week, 100 milligrams of Trenbolone E per week, and MENT is sitting currently at 15 milligrams per day. I am currently rapidly losing weight. I suspect that this is due to my consistent lowering of my MK677 dose. I was at a dose of 30 milligrams per day, and my weight had stagnated. I was not able to get any additional calories in. I couldn't eat any more at that given dose. Some people say that MK677 needs to be cycled off. And so I started tapering off of the MK677 because it does seem to cause, I know, I'm just being honest, it seems to cause withdrawal effects in me. So I've been coming down a little bit at a time, and I'm down today to 12 milligrams. I am honestly very seriously considering aborting the mission because I have absolutely no appetite at all. I was up to a high of 215.4 pounds in the evening, and I am hovering around about 209.8, I think, give or take. I have seen actually lower than that in the evening, but that 209.8 weight was in a similar circumstance to the 215. When I'm trying to bulk, often what I will do is I will force feed a bunch of food and then pound a whole bunch of fluids and then go get on the scale to see what the maximum amount of weight I'm able to be carrying with my stomach stuffed completely full. This is a lot easier to do when you're on MK. I have been struggling to even remotely fill my stomach since the MK dose has fallen in my system. Again, I think honestly, I may go back up on the dose today. I feel miserable not being able to eat all of the calories that I want. The good news is that currently the weight that I'm losing seems to be all weight that I don't really care about. It's been primarily in my midsection. My wife agrees that every time I get on MK677, I just get this really big bloated looking belly. My pants don't fit well, my waist size seems to change, and it's not body fat. It's almost like MK gives me bubble gut. It's bizarre. It's not quite bubble gut though. It's just like my entire midsection all the way around just seems to distend out. I cannot understand why that is. I don't know if it's just temporary because there's a lot more food in my digestive tract when I'm ravenous on MK677. But the second I lower the dose and my weight starts falling, I'm not losing it in my biceps or any of my upper body measurements. I was 55 inches around my shoulders at the biggest and 48 and a half inches around my chest. I believe I'm down to like 48 inches at my chest currently. So the weight that I'm losing seems to be all around my midsection, and my abs continue to get thicker and thicker and thicker looking. So it's bad weight that I'm losing, but it's still pretty difficult. I've been telling myself for the past week that I'm not losing weight, that I'm actually in a mini cut due to lack of appetite. So I may roll with this attitude a little bit longer. But my stomach just feels nasty inside. That's the thing that I just love about the MK. It's the only time in my life that I've ever not just had a perpetually burning, gassy, sour stomach. within a very short period of time of dosing the MK, it just soothes my stomach in the most, it's just like a miracle for me. And getting off of it has been terrible. So while I had stopped gaining on it, I'm definitely losing off of it, and I just don't know what the better of the two, the lesser of the evils is. Just stay on and maintain, or what? So the second thing I want to talk about is the fact that I have been rapidly trying to reduce my estrogen level. When I got my blood work last tested, which has been more than a week now, it flagged at 2 times the top end of the reference range. So I immediately started dosing a Arimidex, and I have definitively succeeded in lowering my estrogen level. I was concerned, again, I've been talking at length about this, that I just could not logically understand how I missed the symptoms of high estrogen, and I have been concerned that by lowering my estrogen again, all of my broke D game was going to return. As of yesterday, that had not been the case. My D game performance had continued to improve and get back to its normal, its fully normal functioning state. I was having considerable amounts of morning wood, and so all of that was looking great. Unfortunately, I basically just flip-flopped. So when in all the MENT videos I was making before, I was constantly telling you how, despite having a broken D game, I was absolutely feeling great. I was having savage workouts. I was totally happy. My wife and I were not communicating at all. But everything outside of my relationship, my psychological state, how I felt about, pursuing jobs, going to the gym, playing video games, making my content, interacting with people in Discord, I felt like I was firing on all cylinders. It was one of the happiest periods of my life. The second that I started lowering my estrogen level, I started going right back into shitter again. Now, I can't necessarily blame the estrogen because I also was allowing my prolactin to rise. So I knew that I had crashed my prolactin and that I had elevated estrogen. And so I've been dosing rather aggressively my Arimidex, trying to get my estrogen to come down. And I had completely ceased taking the cabergoline, trying to get my prolactin to come back up. Yesterday, I was back into one of the deepest depressions that I have been in a very long time. So when my prolactin was in the toilet, I was actually feeling phenomenal psychologically. As my prolactin, I guess, again, can't know about any of this, don't have any, this is totally anecdotal. I cannot prove any of this stuff that I'm telling you. I'm purely reporting on how I feel. As Dave Chappelle said, how I feel inside. The way I feel inside is that I'm about to go here because I have been just in the most horrifically miserable psychological state, despite the fact that things with my wife started getting better. So I started going back into the living room, hanging around her, being more desirous of her attention. My D game was functional. I began pursuing her in that way again, but everything else is totally broken. Except for one thing, admittedly, and that is that the gym performance has markedly increased since I started reducing. I'm sorry, I didn't realize she was going to be cooking when I sat down to make this video. That noise is in the back of my head and it is fucking me up. So hopefully you're not hearing that. I need headphones or something. So my gym performance has been absolutely savage. The second that that my estrogen started to go down and consistently as I have increased my aromatase inhibitor dose, I have started feeling all of the compounds that I'm on in a major way. It's like high estrogen just blunts the effects, especially of Trestolone and apparently this MENT. This MENT has got me in some kind of a perpetual foul mood. Thus far, I have to be honest in saying the MENT has been one of the single worst compounds that I have ever run in life. It has done more damage to my marriage in a short period of time than even Trestolone. The damage is continuing to take place. My wife and I have been fighting for the last 12 hours minimum, and there's no end in sight. I have absolutely, the MENT is just keeping me in a perpetually agitated state. I have no patience for absolutely anyone around me. But it's a different, it's not the trend. Like, I have run 500 milligrams of Tren, 100 milligrams of Tren, 500 milligrams of Test, 400 milligrams of Masteron. Like, I have run those doses for extended periods of time with my E2 and my prolactin all dialed in. My wife agreed last night that Trestolone at 100 milligrams does not negatively affect our marriage. So the new kid on the block here is the MENT, and it seems to make me agitated in even a worse way than the Tren does. The Tren agitation seems to come in bursts where I will flash about something and then return to some kind of a fucking baseline of normalcy. The MENT seems to basically just keep me fucking irritable constantly all day. I'm having extreme ability to find any pleasure in anything. I just don't care about it. My wife is constantly like, what do you want to watch? What do you want to do? I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I just don't care. I just want to go to the gym. When I'm in the gym, everything in life is heavenly. I've had some of the most savage workouts of my life outside of the gym, and I feel pretty much miserable nonstop. Anytime I'm not feeling actually miserable, like physically right now, psychologically, my brain, I don't feel good anywhere in my body right now at all. It often feels like panic. It feels like anxiety. It feels like massively overamped sympathetic drive. It feels like agitation, irritation. I feel like every single sound in the entire house has been amplified to the absolute maximum degree. Every time my wife puts a fucking an almond M&M in her mouth, I can hear that shit cracking in the bathroom with the door closed while going to the bathroom. I swear to God, I can hear the neighbors 4 doors down. Like, it's just turned my ears into parabolic antennas, and any sound on earth is just a grating annoyance to me. Her breathing annoys me. The cat well, actually, the strange thing is that this is the least annoyed I've been with the cat. Every time, man, this is not the first time this has happened. For some crazy, inexplicable reason, when I get jacked up on very androgenic compounds, I fall in love with my cat and just generally despise everyone else. My biggest complaint that I've had with my wife over the past few weeks is she just absolutely thinks like a complete and total moron. Every single thing, every single decision she makes feels to me like she's taking a multiple choice test, and she literally just went down the test going, okay, what is the most obviously wrong answer? That's the one I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go out of my way to do every single thing I can to be the most get disconnected, the most annoying, like whatever the situation, I'm just going to go with the absolute stupidest fucking possible answer. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what it feels like. I know that this is absolutely not what she's doing, I think. Although, again, like I've said in trend videos before, it's always this balancing act between, has she always been this stupid and I was just capable of coping with it? Or does she just seem really stupid and annoying because my sympathetic drive is cranked through the absolute top of the roof, it has blown the meter off, and the fluid from the fucking meter is leaking out all over the floor? I don't know. I don't know which one it is. But again, it's very suspect that this only happens on either very high doses of Tren, or in this case, a dose of Tren that has always been very, very manageable, and then this MENT that is supposed to be even more androgenic than the Trestolone itself. I had hoped that I did not recall reading. Maybe I missed it. I just remember not wanting to try the MENT. I remember being completely polarized against it. I had countless people suggesting that I do it, and then my wife was even like, "Why are you scared of this? You like testing things." And I was like, "I just think it's going to be a total train wreck." And then she was like, "Well, test it, and if you don't like it, you always quit." And that sounds good. And for her, that probably seems perfectly logical and reasonable. You know, she tries things in life and she doesn't like it, and then she goes, okay, well, I'm just going to quit. And that's like the normal human response. My response, unfortunately, is not like that. So I start taking a drug like MENT. It totally destroys my entire fucking life. It has ruined my marriage. It has ruined my appetite. It has ruined the very lovely psychological state that I was in. It has thrown my estrogen out of whack, my prolactin out of whack. It has basically taken everything that was in perfect homeostasis for an extended period of time and just... It's like MENT is just a bottle, and you put all of the independent pieces of my life in there and shake the shit out of it and throw it on the ground. And it's like, let's just see how it comes out. And that's what it feels like. It feels like just a total, absolute fucking dumpster fire. And I'm not even gaining weight. Right now, I'm fucking losing weight. A lot of people keep saying that I look bigger than I've ever looked. I definitely think that it has given my physique there's a positive visual aesthetic to it. I don't know about today because, again, like in the camera, my skin color looks very bizarre. I don't know if this lighting in here is so inconsistent that, you know, one day I look like I have a bronze tan and the next day I look like I just crawled out of a crypt. So, unfortunately, the lighting is a disaster. But it's just been a total fucking mindfuck. And any normal human being would just go, well, that was a fun experiment. It's not for me, and quit. And that's what I should probably have done with Trend the first time I ran it. I should have said, oh my God, this is causing no end to fucking relationship problems. It's every horrible thing everybody said it was going to be. And I just cannot let things lie. I want to conquer this drug. I want to figure out how to master it. And I'm hesitant to say the MENT is a terrible drug because I don't know yet, and I suspect that I have not succeeded in balancing my other hormones. So it's not scientifically prudent, it is not scientifically accurate or fair to say that MENT is a dumpster fire if my estrogen is still all effed up and my prolactin is still all fucked up. I have to normalize these two things in order to accurately, in order to speak intelligently about the drug. Because I've had an example of this happen before, where I took nandrolone in two different forms. I took DECA and I took MPP, and I said these are the two of the worst compounds known to man. Every time I take them, I feel totally miserable. They wreck my appetite. They don't seem to do anything. I mean, it's like, yeah, I make gains on them, but if I can't eat and I feel like I'm gonna, this every other day, it's like, well, that's not worth it. Then I started using nandrolone alongside cabergoline. Total game changer. Now I love nandrolone. The joint support that I continue to get in the gym is nothing short of a miracle. I am moving big ass weight in the gym. I am moving big weight on every exercise, on every set, up to 2 hours in the gym. I don't want to leave the gym. I just want to lift and lift and lift and lift, and my joints are just staying rock solid. They are never a limiting factor, and that has basically just never been true. And so there's so many positives to talk about here, and I just can't, I don't have it in me psychologically to quit. And while that may seem psychotic to a lot of you, it's the same attitude I have toward my marriage. My marriage has been an absolute, total fucking dumpster fire that you cannot even fathom countless times. I have had every reason in the world to go, this is absolutely intolerable. No one should have to put up with this shit. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm going to quit. I'm going to abort the mission. I don't do that. I don't abort the mission. I don't care how miserable it is. I don't care how unfair it is. I don't care how illogical and irrational and unreasonable the side effects are. I have to find a way to conquer them. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to conquer this MENT, to find out if it is conquerable. And that's the thing in my marriage. My marriage has proven time and time again that it has gotten progressively better. So I do not feel that the suffering that I have endured in the past trying to climb over various hurdles has been for naught. Because it hasn't been. Things have progressively gotten better. Yes, it is true that some of the things that I'm coping with today that are making me hate my wife today are still things that are true from the beginning. Those things are probably never going to change. But again, I also can't unfairly place the blame on those things when I'm being so massively psychoactively controlled by things that don't have anything to do with her. And so again, it's just always this situation where the water is very, very muddy. Every time I get even remotely stable, I have to do something stupid and upset the balance again. I had gotten to a place where everything was really nice and stable, and so you're probably going, why didn't you just stick with that? I've had a bunch of idiots in my comment section with one dumbass question after another. I almost just don't even respond to comments anymore. Unless I already know you and have a relationship with you, I'm just ghosting a lot of people. It's like one guy was like, why are you running trend year round? Why not? Why not? Why not? I asked that question. Why not? Ghosted. Hey bro, why is it that you're using like every single injectable, on the market with the exception of EQ? Why not? Why shouldn't I? Educate me. Why shouldn't I? Fucking crickets. See, everyone wants to come along and ask these stupid ass questions as if they had some reason to ask them, like he knew something about running every single known injectable together. And it's like, well, bro, why would you be doing that? Okay, well, bro, why wouldn't you be doing that? Why wouldn't you? Please, enlighten me. I would love to be informed. I've spent 4 years trying to inform everybody on the other side of this camera. Somebody inform me. Go find a study where some guy ran every injectable on Earth minus EQ and then tell me why that was a problem. Go find the research. You can't, because nobody did. That's the problem. You can't find any research about any of this shit. None of it. I am the goddamn research. I am the guinea pig. I'm running compounds right now that apparently no one on Earth has ever run together. And if they have, they certainly didn't talk about it in public anywhere that I've been able to find. So I am blazing a goddamn trail. And when you blaze a trail, you have to, there are consequences that come with that. It's not easy. It's very fucking hard work. And I have chosen, I think I've said this exact line in the video actually, I have chosen to be said trailblazer. And so I'm running through the forest, taking vines and thorns and shit to the face and all kinds of abuse, trying to figure out what, if anything, positive can come from running these compounds. I'm strongly beginning to think the answer is nothing. It's entirely possible that it's just a bad idea to run 319-NOR compounds together. It's perfectly reasonable that the answer is just don't do that. But until I stabilize every other hormone and prove emphatically that it's not being caused by high estrogen or high prolactin, I cannot definitively say that these particular compounds of drugs don't work. And I'm going to sit here and abuse myself trying to figure this out until I either cave or master it. That's the thing, What does he say? Once more into the breach, dear friends. Fuck it, dude. Send it. I'm going in. I got my helmet on. I got my rifle. I'm going in. I'm gonna find out one way or the other. I'm gonna find out what happens. Maybe the next video in the series will come from a hotel room. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm done trying to predict the future. I'm done trying to assume that I know everything about what's going on in my body. I don't, clearly. And so, maybe it's not the job of the guinea pig to try to understand everything that's being guinea pigged on it. Maybe the only job that I have here is to stop trying to make so many assumptions and estimations and valuations and qualifications. Maybe I just need to be the reporter. So I'm going to keep taking all of these drugs and I'm going to keep reporting on the symptoms. I will be the case study, and then all of you can do all of the thinking. You guys get together and have some little fucking powwow meetings. Maybe Kurt Havens and Todd Lee and some other PhDCs can get together. Maybe they can get John Jewett in on the thing. Maybe we could get fucking Vigorous, and we could get fucking More Plates, More Dates, and Joe Rogan could call them all together into a fucking podcast, and they could look at me. They could look at my videos as if they were looking at a fucking gorilla in the zoo, and they just gave it 50 fucking micrograms of LSD, and they're waiting to figure out what's going to happen to it. I'll be the test monkey. I'll be the guinea pig. All you other supposedly smart motherfuckers, y'all go get the research and the data and observe me in my natural habitat and tell me what the fuck is going on, other than a clear case of total fucking insanity. As always, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.